Mariam Abdulrab, whose life was brutally taken on the fateful morning of August 13, 2021, was a bartender in Atlanta. This was in the evening as she was coming from work, and tragedy struck when Abdulrab was abducted at gunpoint. Several hours later, she was found dead, leaving behind suffering and more unanswered questions. What was the precipitating factor that resulted in this heinous act of violence, and who was behind this crime? Gradually, the investigators worked out the chronology of events, and Mariam Abdulrab's last moments became a focus for investigation, and it seemed to present an even more horrific scenario. So pour yourself a cup of courage and let's dive into this harrowing case. As Mariam reached her home after her job as a bartender, she didn't have time to enter it, because what happened afterwards changed Georgia's law. But first, let's talk about how Mariam was as a person. Whether the relationship was for 5 years or for 5 minutes, those who knew Abdulrab loved her. She was an outgoing person who could always keep up a conversation. She was a sister, friend, daughter, partner, ally, a dog mom, and so much more. She worked as a bartender at Reverie VR Bar in Midtown Atlanta, where she was well known and appreciated by both patrons and colleagues. Her father, Khalid Abdulrab, remembers her as peaceful and loving, and a living jewel. Her friends and coworkers in the service industry describe her as a light to everyone she encountered. And note that there were few things she wouldn't do for the people she loved. She was selfless, generous, and a kindred spirit, her friend Pacheco said. Loving, compassionate, loud, Hossein laughed. She's very loud. A GoFundMe set up to assist Abdulrab's family with her funeral described her as a bright light, with a message reading, "She was kind, gentle, and good. She had a love for animals and art. She was never boastful or unkind. She never had a bad word to say about anyone. She was an angelic soul who was a wonderful daughter, sister, and friend. We miss her dearly."
On the phone, Jerry Antoine, an Atlanta musician who says Abdulrab is his girlfriend. He posted these pictures of the two of them together on his Instagram story. Antoine tells the dispatcher he had just spoken to Mariam moments before, and she was on her way to his home on
Mariam lived with her boyfriend, Jerry Antoine, a musician who performed under the name Germ in Chosewood Park, Atlanta. On August 13th, 2021, she finished her night shift at around 5 a.m. and then drove home. She had to drive 5 miles, and it was a route she knew well. Unfortunately, everything went wrong this time. According to her friend, after her shift was over, she stopped at a gas station and someone followed her home. When Mariam reached her house, suddenly another car pulled up behind her. She didn't have time to go inside, as someone abducted her in front of her boyfriend, as he watched her get taken right outside his home at gunpoint by a man wearing a security shirt, and he forced Mariam into a black SUV. This all happened in seconds. Jerry Antoine immediately called 911.
Hello, hey, I'm at 501 Burrow Street, and my girlfriend just got out of the car, and somebody just came and just kidnapped her and just left.
Did they kidnap her and left?
Somebody just left with my girlfriend.
Where are you located?
Oh my. I'm at 501 Burroughs. 501 Burrow Street.
Stuffy?
Yeah. They just left. He was in like a Ford Escort looking type of car.
What kind of car was he in? You said a Ford Escort. What color?
It was like a Jeep car. Like a Jeep.
So how did was she snatched? Was she?
Bro, she just pulled up, and then I heard somebody here earlier. Bro. Oh my God, my car is blocked in. What the? Oh my God. Bro.
Sir.
Bro.
Sir, I need you to stay with me for a second.
Bro, what the?
Sir, can you hear me? Or you?
Oh my God. Bro, I just watched her get kidnapped from in front of my house. What the? Oh
What is
my
your name?
God. My name is Jerry Antoine.
Jerry, what is
404-797-0374.
Was she forced into the car? Did she get in the car or did she walk to the car?
Yes, I watched it all. I watched it all. I watched it all. I watched everything. I watched everything. He had a gun to her. I watched everything.
It was a
I
black
watched
SUV.
everything.
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on.
He had on a security shirt. Oh my God.
Jerry, I need you to listen to me very carefully. I need you to calm down as best you can. And I have a series of questions that I need to ask you. I need you to answer.
Yes.
Okay? I need you to answer them to the best of your ability. You understand me?
Yeah.
All right. You said you saw your girlfriend get kidnapped by the driver of a black SUV-style vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes. It looked like a Ford Escape kind of car, like a small SUV. Because she just called me 5 minutes ago, and she said, well, I'm about to be here. And I heard her car pull up.
Hold on, Jerry.
And I hear a commotion outside.
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on, Jerry. Hold on. She had a gun pointed to her?
Yes, I watched it all through my window in my front yard. He had a gun to her, and he forced her into a car. He had on a security shirt. What the f***?
All right, Jay. Where are you located? Are you in an apartment complex?
No, it's 501 Burrow Street, South.
So this is a house?
It's a house.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So
and I have her location in my phone. I'm going to check it. Like, period. I can check it.
So you're tracking her location from your phone, is that correct?
I'm loading it up right now. I don't know if she dropped it or not. I think it's in her car. I think she dropped it.
All right, Jerry. Well, we'll get a unit out there to you shortly, okay? We'll get a unit out there to you shortly, okay, Jerry?
Man, what the f***?
All right, Jerry.
Yo.
Jerry, we'll get a unit out there to you soon as we can, okay?
While the police were talking to Mariam's boyfriend, 911 received 2 more calls from the same area. The woman told the operator that she heard at least 4 loud bangs, which she believed were gunshots. About 5 hours after Mariam's abduction, another man called 911. The caller said the woman was not breathing and appeared to be beyond help when he arrived and found her face down near an abandoned home.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Robert Dixon, D-I-X-O-N.
Okay. Robert, tell me exactly what happened.
I'm walking my dog in the neighborhood. I actually live not too far from here off of Olive Street. And, Lord Jesus, I see a Caucasian woman face down near a mailbox. She is not moving. Looks like she has on black pants, some white checkered tennis shoes, white tube socks, and what appears to be like a gray tank top.
Okay.
And
are you with the patient now?
I'm near her. I have not touched her.
Okay. And how old is she?
I don't know. She might be like a teenager or early 20s. I can't. Her face is obscured by like weed, and that's what makes me think she's deceased.
Okay. Is she awake?
No, not awake at all.
Is she breathing?
I have not gotten that close to know.
Okay. Atlanta, I'm 924. Can we go ahead and start fire PD?
Renee, can I know?
Yes.
Okay, I'm 7906.
Okay. Sir, okay, hold for 1 second.
She does not appear to be breathing, though. I do not see any chest going up and down or even the back.
Okay, did you ever hear her talk or cry?
I did not.
Okay. Hold for 1 second.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold for 1 second, sir.
Okay.
And can you direct the emergency crew to her?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you
Oh,
exactly
yes,
what
she's
to do
dead.
next.
Oh, my gosh. I see blood around her upper body and arms.
Okay, sir. Reassure her. Okay. Hold for 1 second. Is she breathing, sir?
No. Not that I can tell.
Hold for 1 second.
Lord, this is somebody's baby.
Okay, and please tell me, why does she look dead?
She is face down. Her face, her nostrils and mouth are directly into...
She does not appear to be breathing. The man tells a 911 operator, "I see blood around her upper body and arms. Lord, this is somebody's baby." On the same day, a police spokesman confirmed the worst fears of Mariam's family and friends.
Charles Hampton Jr., Hampton, Division Commander for Criminal Investigation. When we got to that scene, we were able to locate an individual, a female, mid-20s, deceased on scene. And what we now believe that is the same female that was kidnapped from the 501 Burr Street. We are been in constant contact with the victim's family, and as you can imagine, this is extremely difficult for them, and so we absolutely have to send our condolences to them.
Abdulrab had been shot multiple times and was killed in an attempted rape, according to the medical examiner. The investigation quickly zeroed in on DeMarcus Brinkley as the primary suspect. Police reportedly caught Brinkley in Griffin, Georgia, after a high-speed chase. He is accused of fleeing when encountered by law enforcement and ultimately crashing his dark blue Chevy Equinox SUV into another vehicle. He was initially held on traffic charges and sustained injuries, and so did the driver of the other car. Before the murder, Brinkley spent several years in prison for a child molestation case, and he had to register as a sex offender. He is a repeat offender and has a lengthy rap sheet. Brinkley should have been fitted with an ankle monitor, but a loophole in Georgia law allowed him to slip through the cracks. When investigators dug into DeMarcus Brinkley's history and uncovered a schizophrenia diagnosis and a long record of violent crimes. According to court records, Brinkley was accused of raping a 7-year-old girl in 2012. Then, in 2013, he was found on top of a naked 6-year-old girl. In 2015, he pleaded guilty to child molestation, attempted rape, and cruelty to children. Authorities, however, failed to make him undergo a risk-level assessment from the Georgia Sex Offender Registration Review Board. Now, he's accused of murder. Records show Brinkley pleaded guilty back on November 13th in 2015 to murder, kidnapping, criminal attempt to commit rape, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. The court vacated 3 counts of felony murder. When Brinkley was released in 2020, he never received a risk level assessment. That's when offenders are assigned level 1, 2, or 3, depending on their risk level for sexual reoffense. Level 1 is the lowest level, suggesting low risk for sexual reoffense. Level 2 is the next level, suggesting moderate risk for sexual reoffense. Level 3, or sexually dangerous predator, SDP, is the highest level, suggesting high risk for sexual reoffense. If you go on the sex offender registry website, it says not leveled on his Brinkley's name, Ali added. Ali's right. CBS 46 investigators took these findings to Tracy Alvord, executive director of the Georgia Sex Offender Registration Review Board, SORRB, who blamed a backlog for offenders not getting leveled. SORRB does have a backlog, which is due to understaffing and difficult hiring/keeping experts in this field, which is due to lack of funds. This is one possible reason Brinkley was not classified prior to his release, Alvord said in a statement. "We are so glad Miss Abdulrab's family and friends are speaking out. We all need to listen. We want them to know SORRB is listening." Unlike some states where sex offenders are leveled on the day of their sentencing, Georgia levels sex offenders when they are released from prison. Brinkley's defense attorney at the time told the judge that Brinkley was one of 12 children. He was removed from his mother's care by the Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services when he was a teenager, according to court records, and placed into a residential treatment program for children with severe emotional and behavioral issues. He stopped going to school in the 9th grade. He also had a history of being abused by a stepfather. From judges in the court system to mental health counselors, Brinkley has encountered many state officials throughout his life. Had any of them handled his prior convictions differently, Ali Abdulrab believes his sister might still be alive today. That's why Ali, along with some family and friends, created Mariam Forever, an organization advocating for substantial change in legislation to protect the community from preventable violent crimes. The group also created a document with a number of initiatives, including one that would require sex offenders to carry identification cards, which disclose their sex offender status. They're calling the document Mariam's Law. Mariam's Law was passed by the Georgia legislature in May 2023 to safeguard women and girls from domestic and gender-based violence by establishing stricter penalties for perpetrators and offering greater support to their victims. This law is an acknowledgement by lawmakers of the need to prioritize the rights of victims and the public to be protected from sexual predators, abusers, and misogynistic violence. There might be more DeMarcus Brinkleys out there, Ali said. We don't want this to happen to anybody else. The Georgia Supreme Court struck down a law requiring lifetime ankle monitoring of high-risk sex offenders and for people with any probation. Ali Abdulrab hopes Mariam's legacy will go beyond murals and sketches and into Georgia state law. Public District Attorney said that nothing we can do can restore Mariam's life that was so tragically stolen from her family and friends. We hope that the fact that her killer will spend the rest of his life paying for his murder will bring some measure of solace. A tiny seed planted 2 short years ago now filters light in Piedmont Park through a living memorial tree. When we first saw it, it was so small, but it's really grown a lot. Mariam's best friend, Arin Hossein, said deep roots intertwine, supplying strength and support. It's a fitting homage to 6 strangers who grew into one family. Mariam Abdulrab owned all their hearts. For a lot of queer people, we have chosen families. And Mariam was a big part of my chosen family, Sab said. She was my sister and my counterpart. She gave me that family, and our family, and I just couldn't have asked for anything better. This is the friendship of a lifetime, Elisha Kim added. When asked what lessons each of them learned from Abdulrab, Pacheco said, "She taught me how to really believe in myself." When you say someone was taken off of Earth too early because they were too good for this world, that's her, Elisha Kim said. Too good for this world. Thanks for watching. Mariam Abdulrab's case was a crucial one which raised important questions about the state of our justice system and led to better reforms. While Mariam's life was taken away, we hope the cycle won't repeat with stronger laws. This channel dives right into horror tales and covers true crime and mystery stories. If you like the creepy stuff, bring your dark side and subscribe and support us so you can get your weekly fix of doomscrolling. See you next time.